So we can lie down into Shavasana or take a tall, comfortable seat. It is important that we find a neutral spine here. So take a few moments to really settle. If you would like to use any props like blankets or pillows, please do. It is not about the shape that you're making, it's about how you feel. So make any shape that allows you to feel supported. This is a really good opportunity to listen to your body, even in the process of transitioning from our day into the class. Just stay mindful so that you can adjust and find a really complete level of support. When you find your place, close down your eyes and allow the softness of your eyelids to drip down through the rest of your body, all the way down to your seat. We can allow everything else to stay off the mat for now and dedicate this hour to ourselves. We will open the class with a breathing exercise to help us center and focus before we start moving. Of course, you can modify this in any way. And you can breathe at your own pace. We all have different sized lungs. We're all built a little differently. So allow yourself some freedom. Now with your next inhale, imagine that you're filling up your low belly, mid, and then upper chest. And as you exhale, release upper, mid, and lower. Breathe in, fill lower belly, middle torso, upper. Exhale, deflate, upper, then middle, then lower. Let's do one more together, inhaling, filling the low belly, filling the torso, filling all the way up to your collarbones. And one more time, exhale, collarbones, mid, and low belly. Now allow a smooth, natural breath to fill you. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, sigh, relax, and let it go. Let's have one more breath together. In through the nose, fill up in every direction. Exhale, let's sigh out of the mouth. So as we breathe in now, whichever position we find ourselves in, let's begin to awaken slowly. Keep your breath moving and start with some little movements, maybe wiggling the fingers and toes or rocking your head from side to side. Continue to fill with breath. And allow your movements to grow, maybe moving into a stretch. Another great opportunity to just listen to your body. Listen to any adjustments, or spaces that you want to move into. So if we're lying down, super slowly move your way into drawing your knees into your chest. You can hug those legs in, move any blankets or props out of the way, and take a few little rocks from side to side. If you were sitting up tall, I invite you to lie down for a moment, or you can stay where you are, just moving into your body. Now, if we're lying on the ground, hold on to the back of the thighs, and you can take a few little rocks and rolls up and down the length of the spine. See if you can rock to the side a little bit and massage the soft tissue. You can use your elbows for support, or simply roll to one side and walk yourself up. Have a little fun with it and move in a way that feels good. When we're done rocking and rolling, let's move on to hands and knees. In our own way, move slowly between your poses. The transitions are just as important. Try not to drop out of your practice as you move between the postures. So we're setting up a neutral tabletop for a few rounds of cat-cow. First of all, soften through your hands, place them under your shoulders, and then bend the elbows just enough that you can soften the joints. Knees are under the hips. If you know where you're going with this, go ahead. Otherwise, follow me as you inhale, bend the elbows, lift your head, tilt your tailbone up to the sky and allow your belly to melt towards the floor. As you exhale, tuck the tail, round your spine, chin to chest, and see if you can draw your front body in towards the back body. Now continue to follow your own breath. Each inhale drops belly down, lifts head and lifts tail. And every exhale rounds your spine like you're trying to push the breath out of your body. Continue at your own pace, breathing, and just listening to your body. In this class, I will give you lots of guidance, but it's really important that you listen to what's happening within. If anything doesn't feel right, you don't have to do it. We can modify, we can rest, miss it out completely. By doing this, you're not weaker or lesser. It means that you're listening to your body and you're going to build a really strong body-mind connection. With your next breath in, you can either move to cow pose, dropping the belly, lifting the head, lifting your tail, or you can do this and draw your hips backwards like you're an animal getting ready to jump, loading your spring. And then as you breathe out slowly, move back to hands and knees, maybe rounding into cat. If your spine's had enough of that, you can move with a neutral back. Inhale, soften the elbows, breath draws you back. You can continue with regular cat-cow if you like. And exhale, tuck the tail, wave yourself forward. Let's do one more like that. Let's move slowly and allow your experience to be filled with this movement, your breath, the feeling of the mat. One more exhale brings you forward. And now as you breathe in, let's go back to neutral. Hands under shoulders and knees under hips. We can tuck the toes here and take a big breath in through the nose to neutralize the spine. And then exhale, either stay on your table or lift the knees and gently lengthen back into downward facing dog. So we'll stay with this one for a few breaths. You can walk out your legs if you like. We're still keeping a little soft bend in the elbows to protect them and also to activate our muscles. We're not just stacking our bones. In downward dog, we want to keep a neutral spine. So if that means your shoulders are further forward or your knees are really bent and low to the ground, that is fine. Keep pushing the earth away and drawing your hips back, maybe stacking upper body diagonally with the arms. Drawing the chin to your chest. And if it feels okay, lengthen heels down towards the floor. They don't have to touch. Move gently and really listen to your body, especially this early on in the class. Now to come out, you can inhale and either lower straight to your knees or roll yourself forward into plank pose, shoulders over the hands. You don't have to go all the way in. And then lower the knees down, untuck the toes, and let's take our first child's pose. Bringing the hips all the way back, release your hands. Support your head here. If you like, you can stack up your fists. Rest your forehead down onto them. Or palms in prayer, or reach the hands out in front. Try to support your head here. You might even want to bring in a little prop like a cushion. Whenever we move to a resting pose, make sure it's restful. If this is uncomfortable for you, take time to adjust. You can have knees wider or together. Or alternatively, make a different pose, either sitting up, maybe lying down on your belly. A shape that allows you to relax. In these moments, simply feel without trying to analyze or label. Just allow your body and mind to absorb and process uninterrupted. Let's take a big breath in together, slowly filling up from low belly through middle and to upper torso. And then sigh it away, deflating. Next breath in, let's slide those arms forward. And exhale, move with a neutral spine up to hands and knees. Keep your elbows a little bit soft. Now from here, we're stacking again into a tabletop. Let's begin to warm with our little lunge sequence. As we breathe in, stay in your neutral table. As we breathe out, round into cat pose, cat stretch. Option to lift the right knee and draw it into your chest. Feel strong as you do this. Stay for a breath. Right toes can be on the floor, or you can squeeze the heel into your bum. Now next, inhale, neutralize your spine and send the right toes up and back into tiger pose. The knee can be high or low, that is completely up to you. Stay for a breath and squeeze the right heel in towards your bum. And then exhale again, round the spine. Draw the right knee into your chest. Press down through your left shin. Round your spine and step that right foot through to the top. Now you can pick up and place your feet physically with your hands. And make sure your back knee feels okay. You can roll up your mat in the middle or bring a cushion under it. Just make sure that back knee is comfortable. We're meeting in this low runner's lunge. As you inhale, press into the earth, option to wave the torso away. Strong connected legs, reach the arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, straight away, lower the hands back down and frame your front foot. We're moving really slowly. Now as you breathe in, slide that right foot back. You have the option here to lift the toes again into tiger pose. And then as you exhale, lower right shin. Drop your butt back towards child's pose just for the exhale. Now breathe in, move forward, hands and knees. Let's flow with our breath. And exhale around the spine, option to draw left knee in. Stay for a breath. And then next, inhale. Lift your left toes up behind you, activating the back of the leg and your left glute as you squeeze the heel in for an extra breath. So with your next exhale, use that to round, to draw the knee in. You've made space for that leg. We can step it or slide it through. Let's meet in that low runner's lunge. The hands are down, framing the front foot. Leaning gently into your hips, press down through your feet, and with your next inhale, lift the hands up. Maybe, or keep the hands down, completely up to you. Lovely. As we exhale, bring the hands back down to frame your front foot. And then inhale, back off with the hips. Slide that left foot back through. And maybe point your left toes up towards the sky into tiger pose. Exhale, drop the left shin down. Draw the hips back. And this time, just take a couple of breaths in child's pose, supporting your head. Stay for 3 full connected breaths. Just allowing yourself to feel and absorb. Coming back into the practice, let's move again. Inhale, roll forward onto hands and knees. Exhale, option to stay or tuck the toes and move back to downward facing dog. As you inhale, you can stay here or lift the right foot up behind you. Just lifting the toes as far as feels good. 3-legged dog. Next exhale, step the right foot through. Again, you can round the spine, get some space for the leg. And you can also physically pick that foot up and place it between your hands. So back knee can stay lifted or you can modify by lowering. With your next inhale, maybe climb up or wave your hands up to a high crescent lunge. So as we exhale now, bend those elbows, cactus your arms, and press your heart forward. Inhale, stay strong in your legs. Lift your heart up a little bit more. And then exhale, follow the breath down. Frame the front foot with your hands. Next inhale, option to step or slide back to down dog. Or 3-legged dog if you'd like to air out your right leg. Next, exhale, feet are both on the floor, lower the right foot. Continue to move forward. You have the option to move into a plank. Keep breathing. And then lower the knees down, untuck the toes, and draw your hips back to child's pose. Stay for a breath, stay to feel. Next, inhale, let's do the other side. Up to hands and knees. Moving into tabletop, following your breath. And then exhale, tuck those toes, option to move to downward facing dog. Building strength in our upper body and lower. As you inhale, option to lift the left foot up. And then with your next exhale, draw the left knee to your chest. Move your chest forward towards plank and step that left foot between your hands. Whatever it takes to get it there. We're all going to move a little differently, and that is really good. Gives us a chance to work on our own uniqueness. Planting both feet into the floor. With your next inhale, rise or climb into a high crescent lunge. Bend the back knee. And use your inhale to fill and lift your upper body. As we exhale, bend the elbows, press the heart forward, stay strong in your legs. And inhale, lift up, maybe lean back a tiny little bit. Now as you exhale, follow the breath down. Hands come down to frame the front foot. And inhale, step back, downward facing dog, or maybe even lift your left leg up, just airing it out. Now as you exhale, lower left foot to the floor. Option to roll forward into a high plank, just as far as you want to go, keeping the elbows soft. And then lower the knees down and softly arrive back into child's pose. Let's stay for 5 breaths. As soon as you have found support, tune in to everything you can feel. Without trying to name any of it, just allow experience to be open so all of that information can be fully absorbed. Keeping the breath slow. And continuing to calm and soothe with this slow and steady breath. So we're moving into our standing sequence. Take a few little steps to get there. As you breathe in, reach those hands forward. As you breathe out, rise up to hands and knees. As you breathe in, neutralize the spine. Option to walk the hands forward a little bit. And then exhale, tuck the toes and find downward facing dog. Remembering that you can lower the knees at any point. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, bend the knees, look forward. And then as you inhale, just travel to the top of the mat in your own way. So this could be a hop, this could be a big step, lots of little steps. Another great opportunity to listen to your body and choose your own journey. When we get to the top of the mat, feet are hips width. Inhale, lift yourself up halfway. Bring the hands to the thighs and soften the knees. As you exhale, press the hands into the thighs. Lengthen your spine away. Inhale again, breathe into the space you just made. Now as we exhale, keep this upper body shape, but bend your knees, drop your hips down, and lift your head up slowly. As you inhale, either keep the hands there or lift the arms up, framing the ears for awkward chair pose. Now as you exhale, option to stay, or lower belly towards thighs for bear pose, arms reach forward or back. As you inhale, keep the legs, sweep the fingers down, forward and up if they were back. Lift your chest and then slowly rise all the way to stand, straightening through the legs. Take a breath in at the top, filling through your body. And then exhale, palms together. Draw them down the center line and take a soft bow forward. Forward folds aren't about getting to the ground. Instead, listen to your body and find your edge. With your next inhale, lift up halfway, place the hands onto the thighs. Exhale, bend the knees, drop your hips down and lift your head up. And then inhale, maybe lift the arms up to frame your ears. This time a little different. Exhale, draw the hands back down and together. Straighten through the right leg, but see if you can keep the left leg in that same position. The foot may lift off the floor. Maybe it's just your heel lifting. Focus on dropping weight into the right side of the body. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, let's take a slow step back towards that high lunge once again. This might be one big step, lots of little ones. Again, take your time to get there. You bend both knees, stack shoulders over hips, keep breathing. And with the next inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend those elbows, cactus your arms, and press your heart forward. Inhale, keep this, maybe lift your heart up towards the sky. And then exhale, lean forward and follow that breath down. Framing the front foot with your hands, adding in any extra steps that we need to. Next breath in, step right foot all the way back and lift it up into three-leg dog or three-leg table. So with your next exhale, either lower right foot first and then move forward, or do it at the same time. Lowering right foot, moving shoulders forward and keeping a little bend in the elbows. High plank, lower to knees, and as you breathe in, untuck your toes and draw back just for the inhale to child's pose, moving slowly. As you exhale, move forward with the breath, move to your hands and knees. Inhale, tuck your toes here. And exhale, glide back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, bend the knees and look forward. Again, keep softening through the elbows. As you exhale, choose your own journey to the top of the mat. Either hop, step, walk. Choose your own journey. When you get to the top, take your time. Feet at hips width. Inhale and lift up halfway. Hands onto thighs. Nice long spine as you do this. Exhale, drop your tailbone down and lift the crown of your head up. Inhale, keep your legs. Lift the arms maybe to frame your ears. Nice, and then exhale, straighten through the left leg. Maybe lift the right heel up as you draw the hands down into your heart. Spend a couple of breaths just finding some balance. Knowing that balance sometimes is there and sometimes isn't. And the challenge is not to become frustrated if we wobble and fall. With your next inhale, do what you need to do with your arms and take a slow step back with the right foot. So we're going to make those lunge legs again, bending both knees deeply, moving hips towards the top of the mat. Your arms can really be an expression, or you can move them with your breath. As we inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, press your heart forward. Inhale, lift through your heart by pressing through the back toes. And then exhale, begin to roll forward. Bring the hands down to frame your front foot. And then inhale, back off with your hips and step or slide back to a three-leg dog. You can, of course, choose a different variation. Next, exhale, lower down in your own way, either foot first and then forward, or both at the same time as you roll into a plank. Inhale, lower to your knees, and tuck your toes, and glide back to child's pose just for the inhale. As you exhale, you can roll forward if you like, or move with a neutral spine. Inhale, go back to table. And then exhale, tuck your toes and draw the hips back for downward facing dog. Follow the breath. Inhale, look forward. bend the knees. And then in your own way, travel to the top of the mat. This time when we get there, inhale to lift up halfway, neutralize your spine. And then exhale, bend your knees really generously and take a soft fold. You might want to bring the arms, the elbows onto the thighs. If folding forward isn't that comfortable, you can stay halfway lifted or stand in a neutral mountain pose. If you are folding, allow the upper body to become soft. Feel the space created in the back of your neck and your spine, just by allowing gravity to take your upper body towards the floor. Moving it in a different direction. Allowing all of our muscles and tissues to get a little bit of space. Let's stay here for 3 breaths. Just staying open to what you can feel. Listening to your body. And adjusting if needed. Now with your next inhale, lift up halfway, hands to thighs. Lengthen your spine by pressing the hands into the thighs. Lovely. Now exhale, bend the knees, tail down, head up. Inhale, lift the arms up, frame your ears. And then exhale, straighten through the right leg. Maybe pick the left foot up with you. As we breathe in, you can bring the arms wide and step back. This time we're moving to Warrior Two. So it's a slightly bigger step back. We keep the front knee bent, but drop the left heel down. So your left foot is more in line with the short side of the mat, and your right foot's more in line with the long side on the outside edge. Bend into your right knee, stack the shoulders over the hips. Turn your body towards the left. And then with your next inhale, fill the torso and use the breath to reach the arms parallel, floating them above the earth. You can have a little look around at your limbs just to see what they're actually doing. And stay for a breath, pressing strongly through your legs. Lovely. Opening the body out to the left. With your next inhale, keep the legs, lower left hand, and lift the right arm up to reverse your warrior. Breathing into this space in the right side. Let's stay for another inhale. Now as we exhale, going to bring both hands down, just like before. You can walk your back foot in, but this time we're bringing the hands down to the inside of the right foot. So you can lift your left heel. And then as soon as we get there, release the left leg by lowering the knee and untucking the toes. So this is our lizard stretch pose. If you would like to move it back into lunge by bringing the hands onto the thigh and gently dropping the hips, you can. Or I'll give you a few little options to try. Listening to your body in every stage and staying at the place where you feel a challenge, but it's manageable. So either up here or bring the hands down to the inside of the right foot. You can come down onto forearms. If we're trying new options, move slowly so that we don't injure ourselves. And keep your legs active. We want this left leg to be active by pushing the top of the left foot down into the earth. If you like here, I'll give you one more option. Coming back up onto the hands, back off from your lunge a little bit, Bend the left knee and squeeze the heel in towards your bum. Make sure that knee is comfortable. If it needs a bit of padding, give it what it wants. Now from here, you have the option to step your left hand a little bit more to the left, bend the elbow. And as you breathe in, reach your right arm up. Maybe reach the right arm back towards the left foot. So this isn't about catching hold of the foot. If you can, if you have that space, try to resist the urge to grab on. Instead, for a breath or two, see if you can squeeze that heel in, activate the back of your legs, and open the right shoulder by reaching back. Fill your chest with breath. And as we exhale, gently release the left toes down. Bring the hands back to the inside of the right foot. And begin to back off with your hips. Or counter stretch if you like. You can frame your front foot. Walk the hands back. And either hands stay on the floor or they move up onto your thigh for half splits. We'll just stay in this one for one breath. And exhale, move forward. Plant the right foot. Plant your hands. We will tuck the left toes and lift that left knee up. As you inhale, option to slide the right foot back. You can go down dog or lift the right foot up, bend the knees and stack the hips. Just opening and airing out. Breathing deeply. Next exhale, let's step straight back to the top of the mat. Draw the right knee in. Push the floor away. And take as many steps as you need to get back, placing the right foot down between the hands. So this time, crawl the fingers forward. Press strongly through your right heel and maybe charge up through your left heel. If the toes don't lift off the ground, that's fine. Just keep the leg active, taking a breath in. Now exhale, lower the left foot down and melt into standing forward fold. Stay for 3 breaths. Just allowing yourself to feel. With the next inhale, lift up halfway. Let's begin the final flow on the final side. And as you exhale, this time fold back over your legs. Again, inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, fold, soften the knees and let go. One more time, inhale. This time, place the hands onto your thighs. And exhale, bend the knees, drop that tail down and lift your head up. Inhale, option to lift your arms. And then exhale, straighten through the left leg. Draw the hands down to the center and rise into your balance. Inhale, let's take a big, slow step back to warrior 2. Our stance is a little wider than lunge. We're bending the front knee. Make sure your back knee feels okay with this. You can adjust the angle of the back foot. Stacking shoulders over hips. Next inhale, floats the arms up, parallel to the earth. Stay for the exhale. Next breath in, reverse by lowering right hand, lifting left arm up. Stay for the exhale. Another breath to fill the left side of the body. And now exhale, look to the top and windmill, both hands down to the inside of your left foot. You might want to lean onto the thigh, walk the back foot in, or travel in your own way. So let's lift the right heel and lower the right knee. And tuck those toes. And find a position with your hands that allows you to manage your posture, so you can still breathe. You can still stay connected. Press down through the top of your right foot, the sole of your left. And either stay here opening in lizard pose, or I'll give you another option. Stepping the right hand off the mat this time. Bend the right elbow. And as you inhale, press down through the hands and press down through your feet. Become aware of your whole body. As you exhale, bend the right knee, squeeze the right heel in towards your bum. You can keep this or inhale and lift your left arm up. And then reach it back towards your right foot. Remember, if you can grab on, we want to avoid that. Even if you're here for a moment and then you release, go with it. Come back in. One more inhale, again become aware of your entire body as you fill it with breath. And then exhale, look forward. Bring both hands back under your shoulders and lower the right foot back down carefully. You can walk this back knee in and then slowly begin to rock your hips back, either framing your front foot with your hands or coming up onto your left thigh. Let's take a breath or two, making space in half splits pose. With our next inhale, rock yourself forward, bend into that front knee and plant your hands. You can lift that back knee here, keep breathing. As you inhale, fill up. As you exhale, press into the earth, slide your left foot back to meet the right. Or breathe in, lift your left foot high, stack the hips and bend the knees. Remember, we can always lower the right knee for this. Stay for the exhale. One more inhale. Now exhale, look to the top of the mat and step that left foot all the way back through. Of course, listening and traveling in your own way. Now from here, you can step back to the top again in your own way, or you can crawl the hands forward, press the weight into your left heel, slide those right toes in, maybe charge the right heel up, little standing splits. Exhale, lower the right foot down, and we're back in forward fold. Allow the upper body to soften. And straight away, inhale, lift yourself up halfway. Your fingers can be on the floor here, so bend your knees generously. As we exhale, I'll invite you to sit down onto the mat. Again, this is going to be a little different for all of us. Just stay mindful in your transitions. If you like, you can bend the knees, lower the hips towards the heels. And then gently, maybe, roll yourself back, using your hands for support, or lower the knees forwards, or find your own way. So we're going to meet sitting at the top of the mat. Got some space behind us. As you inhale, hold onto your shins and just lift your heart up. Imagine if you had a light in your chest, you're trying to shine it over your knees. Stay for the exhale. And inhale again. Try to grow your spine tall. As we exhale, we're going to straighten out through the legs. You can plant your hands and shift your hips back. But it's important here again that we keep a little bend in the knees. So if you would like to bring a blanket under your legs for some extra support, that is a great idea. You can do that. Cushions under there. Or you can keep the legs a lot more bent with the feet planted as you rest onto your thighs. If our legs are out in front, take one more breath in. And then exhale, you can begin to move forward. We will be here for a few breaths, so take it really slowly. This is not about getting to the legs or touching the toes. Focus on breathing, on sending your tailbone and your hips back, and shining that heart in your chest, that light in your heart, in your chest, forward. Don't even think about moving down towards your legs. Just guide the hips back. Keep breathing as your heart leads forward. Another really nice supportive modification is to bring a rolled up blanket or pillows onto your legs here. So you can kind of rest your torso, meet yourself at your edge, and then support yourself there. Let's stay for 3 more breaths. Don't rush them, let them be full. Just allowing the back body to lengthen. We've done a lot of work with the back body today. So for 1 more breath, allow it to soften and expand. With your next exhale, slowly start to walk the hands towards you. So you can stack the shoulders on top of the hips. As you inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe arms frame the ears. And as you exhale, option to take a twist to the right. You can leave the legs out straight or bend the knees, dropping the hands down. Your left hand will be somewhere on your legs, your right hand somewhere behind you. Inhale, lift through your center, through the spine. And exhale, maybe open that right shoulder out, just a millimeter more. 1 more like this. Inhale. Exhale, soften. We're not forcing anything. Next breath in, slowly move through the center. Up to you if you would like to float your arms up and reach them away from your hips. And then exhale, turn your chest to the left, drop the left hand down behind you, right hand somewhere on the legs. Finding the edge with your twist, breathing deeply into it. And then exhaling and softening. 1 more breath here. Try to fill. 1 more exhale to soften. Now next breath in, turn that chest to face your toes. Lift the arms up 1 more time. Bring the hands down as you breathe out. You can frame your hips. Scooch the hips back forward towards the top of the mat. And make sure again you've got a nice little runway behind you. Breathe in 1 more time to lift the arms high. And exhale, keeping the feet connected, roll down slowly. Keep breathing. You can imagine that you are holding on to something like a bowl full of water. You're trying really hard not to spill it on yourself. As you lower down, use your creative brain to help you in this moment. When your shoulders have landed, just let the arms relax, let go of that image. Bring the feet in a little closer to the hips. And if you like, you can rock the knees from side to side like windscreen wipers. So both knees over to the right, for example. Both knees up through center, and then both knees over to the left. Move slowly with this. Relax your arms, either down by your sides, or one hand onto heart and one hand onto low belly. Gently rocking the knees side to side, and just allowing everything to fall away. Allowing all of the activation and effort from the class to begin to drain from the body. Leaving behind space and brand new information for the body and mind to digest and use to help us adapt and grow. So with your next inhale, let's draw the knees up to center. Exhale, you can squeeze the legs into your chest and give yourself a hug. Maybe rock around on your back. This is a great place to make any last little movements, stretches, fidgets, or adjustments before we move into the final relaxation. So if you would like to get a blanket, pillows for support, socks, or simply move your hair and clothes into a more comfortable position. Take time to do this. It takes practice to build that connection between the body and mind. So as you transition into every pose, including your final relaxation, listen and allow the physical body to speak to you. If it's asking for a little adjustment, a fidget, give it what it wants. When you have found that comfortable, supportive position, close down the eyes. Allow the softness in your eyelids to run slowly down through your body towards your feet. Now let's take one more controlled breath together. As you breathe in, fill your low belly, mid-torso, and all the way up to your collarbones. Hold that breath in, retain it for a moment, get all of that goodness, and then sigh, let it go and soften completely into your support. In our final relaxation, the more that we can allow ourselves to do nothing, the more powerful the healing effects become. We allow the body and mind to get to work uninterrupted, allowing the physical body to be fully supported by an entire planet. We don't have to activate a single fiber. Instead, visualize the earth and yourself at the very top, being lifted and carried by an entire planet. If the stillness of the body causes the mind to become busy, rather than trying to block the thoughts, see if you can draw awareness away from your mind and instead become aware of your entire body. Noticing your outline, Notice the palms of your hands and observe any tingling energy.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Or imagine that you can feel energy gently tingling and sparkling in the palms of your hands. This energy, this feeling, is your body and mind getting to work, combing through every cell and making little adaptations and changes with this new information. Every time your mind takes you away, bring that awareness back to your outline, and then to that tingling, healing energy in the palms of your hands. As we are at home, we have the luxury of deciding when to end this relaxation. I will give you a few minutes just with the music so that you can truly drop in, steep, and feel these energies uninterrupted. Make sure that when you are ready to move again, you transition back into your day slowly, preserving all of the peace and calm that you have created. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again soon on the mat.